Hello, everyone. I'm going to upload another video. Okay, this one is pretty important because let me share my screen. A disclaimer: I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. This is for entertainment purposes only, not liable for anything, and it's just not legal advice at all. Just sharing some of the things that I've learned in the past years. So let me put this. Okay, let me see if I can share. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're going to talk about private because private banking is where the power is, believe it or not. Did I close this? I did close it. Okay. Now we're gonna look a couple things. Let me see. I think I did close the window of the U.S. national debt. I had a clock going on. I think I closed that window. So, I have shared last time I've shared um, a document. This one, private banking. Okay, I share that, and I want everybody to have it because that is one of the things that you want to understand how to bank in the private. Okay, so let's see, U.S. national debt. You want to understand that clock. Okay, let's do the clock. Okay, you want to understand that because that is going to be your remedy in the private. I was in a class yesterday for I don't know how many hours, like 4 hours, and one of the girls that was there had a situation with the foreclosure and all that, kept saying that, she knows a lot about law. She knows a lot about these things. And she just has done so many things with the foreclosure. It's been like a year going to court and doing this and doing that. And some of the person that is giving the presentation, she wanted to ask a question about the foreclosure. And I guess everybody knows her situation. And she kept saying, I did this, I did that. And some other people started, giving her advice of what to do. And most of them will say, go through the IRS, go through you know, through the treasury, go through, not to the courts, go through private banking. And she wouldn't understand because she does have a lot of knowledge of law. You don't fight, that's a lost fight right there because she's trying to do a statutory fight with the courts, right? If she goes to court, if things gets to the point where you go to court, then you want to be in equity, you want to be in chancery court, you want to do arbitration. That is arbitration is equity, chancery. So in that capacity, but in her capacity, though, she was saying she's always going to have this fight. And her argument was that, they're in fraud and they need to understand because if not, they keep on doing it to other people, foreclosure on her house and saying all these things. And yeah, we understand that and we feel for her, but that's not the way to go. And they kept telling her, let's talk about this, do that. So many advices, but within the private capacity. They were pretty much what they were telling. But of course, she got upset. And so, okay, why am I bringing the U.S. national debt clock? As you can see, how much is the national debt? Okay, trillions, 36 trillion, right? So now, just because every time we buy something, every time we buy a house, a car of all the U.S. citizens, it adds to the national, U.S. national debt, okay? That everything adds to the national debt, U.S. national debt, okay? So every purchase that we do out in commerce goes to the U.S. national debt, okay? If we have that clear, if you didn't know that now, you know that when you bought that house, when you bought the car, you added, that amount, 350,000 to the national debt. And so did your neighbor, and you bought the car, it adds up. Okay. Now let's look at some things. Now, I hope everybody that is following my channel has the banking. If you don't, go and make a small donation. I'm trying to save up for bioacoustic therapy bed. That's why I'm asking for your donations, so I can serve the community. And so, go to either subscribe to my Google Drive, or I can send you this document for any donation that you would like to contribute to my cause. So, so I hope all of you have the document that I'm talking about. Very powerful document. This one. Okay. Okay, so it's called private banking. If I find it, I think I closed it. So private banking is a 43-page, document. That is an old document from 2006, maybe 2004, 2005, but it's still relevant right now. More relevant than any other thing that you could do. So you want to do in your private capacity to discharge your debt. So doesn't appear anymore. Okay, so let's look. I don't know, I had it open, but so you want to learn how to write checks, private checks in the private, we call it checks in the private. How does that go? How does that go? There's several ways to do it. Okay. In this document that I want you to have, in this document that I want you to have, it explains several ways to do it. Well, it doesn't say several ways, one way to do it. And it's with an old checking account. Now, I want you to understand, here's the clock that I was looking for. I want you to understand that this thing of a closed account is not what you think. You're not going to use it. I mean, you could use it for other things, but you can use it for what this document is telling you about, is to send your debt, your bills. Okay. Okay, here it is. So in page 20, if you don't have this document, I mean, just give me a donation. Like I said, I'm trying to raise $8,000 for my bioacoustic bed, so I can do therapies in the community, because I'm also in health. So it will appreciate if you and I send you this document. Okay, see right here in page 22. In page 22, it says instructions for discharging public debt with a private check. Okay, here it is. They give you instructions how to do it through a regular checking account that you have, either open or close. Okay, because a bank is just a pass-through. It's a pass-through. And those accounts, they keep on, I don't like talking about this because it feels like check fraud and stuff like that. But if you understand the law and how it is, then it's very clear to you. I don't want anybody going, check fraud. I don't want you to do that. That's why I don't like to talk about it. But you read this document and you learn, and then you understand what is closed account, actually account close. Okay. And Black Laws Dictionary, it is for set-offs, for adjustments and set-offs. Okay, because everything that you have done in commerce is in a ledger. Okay, 3 years, it's in the ledger. That's why when you send your taxes, they're going to adjust it. They're going to adjust your ledger, whether you know it or not. They're going to adjust it. So these closed accounts, they're open in the public, and when you close them, they close in the. I believe they keep 3 years in the public, and then after the 3 years, they're open in the private, right? So because a bank is just a pass through. Um, so in this document instructs you how to do it with the checking account. But I don't like to talk about that because a lot of people's like, oh, check fraud. At the beginning, I was like shocked, how can you do that? But now that I understand a lot more, then it's not shocking to me. But it might be shocking for a lot of you. Okay, so the instructions is a private check, right? But there's other ways to do a private check. Okay. And that's what I want to talk to you about. I'm not going to show you how to do it. I'm just going to give you the pointers and point you to it because this is not legal advice. This is not, go and send these checks out and do as this document says. Here is just for you to learn. Okay, this is not legal advice. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not liable for anything. Okay, but I am responsible for the information that I give out, especially here on YouTube. So let's read this again that I read it last time. It says, as a creditor of the United States and all other subcorporations, private and public, you are owed equity and interest for the gold and all property that you loaned. Okay, that you loaned them. Okay. So everything in commerce is ledger. Everything in commerce is ledger. Even if you go and spend $20 at the store, it's ledger somewhere. So you have to learn to ledger and keep, tab of what you're spending. If you apply for a new credit card, if you buy a car, if you go buy groceries, I ledger everything. I have an Excel worksheet and I ledger everything because later on it's going to be adjusted somehow. So, okay, so loaned started March 9, 1933 to date. There is no money, okay? There is no money. Very important that in order to start getting your equity back, you must notice your debtors. Notice, not pay, not send another check. Notice your debtors or what you expect them to do, and then in the consequence if they do not comply. This file contains all the documents you will need to perfect your claim. You need to perfect your claim and take back your equity. Okay, so the instructions, you have to read the whole document. It's 43 pages. And this is private banking, okay? Everything is from the private. And like I said before in one of my videos, I am about 80. I advanced a little bit, another 10% in my private capacity. I'm about 80%. My goal is to get up. And yes, and do commerce. You still have to do commerce because you still have to go and buy things. But because right now I'm in the city because I have to be in the city because something that I'm doing there. But I like to live in the country and just don't go out. I don't go out. I'm a very private person. I love to be off grid. I love to be in the country, just with my dogs. That's it. That's me. Not for everybody. Okay, not for everybody. I understand that. This is not to make you rich. This is not to all of a sudden become a rich person. No. You can do things to get some of those checks from the IRS for sure. But this is to become debt free. Okay. So hold on a second. So it says right here, preparing your private check. You need to learn how to do a private check. A statement of account. Okay, right here in page no, not a page. You will see what a statement of account is, okay? You make your own statement of account, okay? And a letter to the secretary of the treasury, okay? But not in his doing business as, okay? It's an entity. You are going to do in the private capacity with conditional acceptance, okay? In the private, in the common law. Final statement, conditional acceptance for value, notice of default, notice of dishonor, all this, okay? So you have to go to a process first. That's why this is the 22nd page. It's a 22 page. So you have to do understand the words, understand the concepts, understand what's going on. Here's talking about a mortgage, okay? If you haven't seen my videos in Gumroad, I'm gonna put a link here so you can, I have a 4-part video where I discuss what happens to the promissory note of the mortgage. So you want to have that understanding. Yes, you do have to give me, someone suggested, don't give everything for free because it won't be as private. If somebody pays even $1, then it'll be a little bit private. That's what somebody wrote to me. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So go over there on Gumroad and look at the 4-part video where I have what happens to the promissory note when you buy a house. It's important to know what happened. If you already know what happens with a promissory note, great. But if you don't know, it's good to have that information in the back of your head because with that information, then you can understand all this. And then this document, if you see those videos that I have there, 4 parts, you want to understand what is your contract, what is that title of your home. You understand what it is. That way you can discharge it. Okay. So private banking, okay, that's where the power is. Yes, I have sent 1099s and I have done things, okay? But you're still gonna send 1099s. So if you want to be ready for all these things, go to the IRS website and get 1099As, 1099Bs, 1099Cs, 1099 OID, and 1096 of the year, the current year. 1099 OIDs, have all that in place, have all that in your home. That way you can work with them, okay? You are going to need a UCC1 because you have to understand the UCC1, it's what, it's in the public and it kind of just fill the holes, kind of just protect you, okay? So you can file things in the private, okay? So this process with private banking, you don't need a status correction, but I have a status correction. The least you want to have with this process is your revocation of elections. And don't be afraid of sending that revocation. I have it on my Google Drive and don't be afraid because then you're going to file things in the private, okay, with private forms, right? So let's see, where was I? Page 22. Okay, sorry. So here okay, so here it says, okay, 22. Okay, so there it is. Okay, and so you want to have this document. Now, the other way to make a check, and it's not like you're going to make a check out of the thin air. You need to understand what you're doing. This is not legal advice, okay? So let's go and look at, okay, so we saw at the beginning of the video, you saw the U.S. national debt, right? Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at 31 USC code section 3113, accepting gifts, okay? Accepting gifts, okay? Let's read a little bit about this. To provide the people of the United States with an opportunity to make gifts to the United States government to be used to reduce the public debt. Okay, so I'm not gonna give it all because I can't. I can't because I don't want to be liable for all this. And like I said, I I signed this non-disclosure agreement with my mentor, so I cannot really disclose it. One day when I'm over all this and I can teach it, I will because I already, passed with my learning. But as of right now, I can't. I can't. Very soon I will. So to provide the people with the United States with an opportunity to make gifts to the United States government to be used to reduce the public debt. So the public debt is your duty to reduce, to help reduce it. And remember what I said at the beginning, that your house that you just bought, your car adds to the national debt, right? Think about it. So it's your duty to reduce. So you're gonna gift. You're gonna gift. You wanna give gift to the to the United States. How are you gonna do it? Okay, how are you gonna do that? Okay, think about it. Let's keep on reading. The Secretary of the Treasury may accept for the government a gift. Okay, Secretary of the Treasury. Okay, what does it say here? Why did I keep on closing this? I don't know. Okay, you send all this document in the banking, private banking document, it says sent to the Treasury in his, not in his public capacity, in his private capacity. Okay. Uh, you can do this through that avenue from private banking, but you could also do and send it to the company. Okay. Right? In your public capacity. See, we have two capacities. We can work from the private side, we can work from the public side. How do you do it? You do it with according satisfaction, uh, all these forms that you send to them. Okay. And once you send and do the process or the process that you do with them, it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they say because you have the certified return receipt, okay, that says that it doesn't matter what they correspond or what they say. It's already been discharged, right? So, so the Secretary of the Treasury may accept government gifts of money made only on the condition that it's be used to reduce the public debt. An obligation of the government includes in the public debt may only on the condition that the obligation be canceled and retire and not reissued. Okay. Other intangible personal property may only be only on the condition that the property is sold and that the proceeds from the sale you use to reduce the public debt. Yes, right. Okay. Okay, the administrator of the general service may accept for the government a gift of tangible property made only on the condition that it is sold and the proceeds from the sale be used to reduce the public debt. The secretary and the administrator each may reject a gift under the section when the rejection is in the interest of the government. Government. Okay, so you keep on reading all this, and this is very short. Now, I put right here, see right here, routing numbers. A question, does the treasury have a routing number? Does the treasury have a routing number? Okay, that's something that you're going to answer, okay, to yourself. So this is the codes and everything and the routing numbers. Do not email me. Can you give me the routing numbers? I cannot. Something for you to find out. I might share it later. We'll see. So this is just for, like I said, information for you to learn. And okay. Okay, so let's continue here. Now preparing your private check. Okay, private check. Okay, there's ways to make a check. Um, you're going to do a bill of exchange, okay? And gift to reduce the national debt, okay? And this is the process of discharging in the private capacity and also, like I said, in the public capacity, okay? So let's read preparing your private check. I don't want to confuse you because I talked to you about something, talking about this again. So I don't want you to confuse because I don't want you to get confused about these things, okay? Um, like I said, I don't want to touch on the close account, but just read the document, okay? Just read the document, understand it, and then you're good to go. I mean, there's a lot of things that I had to learn before even doing anything. Okay. So the good thing is to get informed and have this document, very important. Probably I will be talking about this document for some of the videos. And then learn how to write your own checks. And that's the beauty of private capacity. Um, at least to do this, like I said, a revocation of elections. At least that. You don't want to do these things with a revocation of elections without doing the revocation of elections. Okay. One of the other things you might want to do before doing this is a DBA, do it business as. From Minnesota, you go to the side, you're going to do a DBA, doing business as your all caps name. There's videos on YouTube how to do it. I can just upload that video on my channel so you can get that. That is, and then you're going to publish it in the newspaper, local newspaper, and then you're going to record it in the county recorder. That will get you out of the jurisdiction, put you into the private capacity. It's not a status correction per se completely, or it actually is, but you might want to do that, learn how to do that. That's probably one of the first things that I did, the doing business as from Minnesota website and do that process. Okay, so that's what all I have. Like I said, if you don't have this document, go to my Cash App, give me a little donation. I'm not asking for much. And then just read information. I have all the information there. I have a lot of documents in my Google Drive, and I'm uploading all the documents. I am going to see how can I share private videos because I don't want to do it here on YouTube. And then they told me Rumble, but I don't trust Rumble anymore. I mean, I don't trust YouTube. I don't trust Rumble, maybe a little bit, but I don't know. So we'll just see, when the time comes for me to share these things, um, then I'll have, maybe a platform where I can fully discuss these things. And I'm a little here on YouTube is kind of iffy. So that's why I keep it kosher, right? Okay, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.